GM, welcome to Chart Freaking Monkeys. Good to see you, Henry. Good to see
Chart
you, man.
Monkeys. Yeah,
Chart
dude,
Monkeys.
great to see you. I'm multitasking right now. I got a thing I'm doing, and I got to keep refreshing, etc. But
Dad
great
duties.
to see you.
Yeah,
Dad duties, dude.
Dude, we're a couple fingers deep into January. That's a real weird way to put it. I don't know why I put it like that, but we're getting deep into January, and it's getting real fucking weird out there, dude. It's getting real weird. Tariffs. We'll talk about Greenland. I think we're going to take Greenland on, and the market looking pretty damn spicy all of a sudden. We're going to talk about all of it today. Welcome, guys, to the show. We're live right now over on twitch.tv. Find us over at Chart Monkeys over there. Let's throw it on the screen while we're at it. And we're on Chart Monkeys on YouTube, and I think we're on X as well, multiple places. This is the official CyberKongs show, so make sure you're following us at CyberKongs over on X. Drop comments in the chat wherever, but I think the gang, dude, Henry's the gang mostly on the Twitch side. I think that's
I think they kind of go a little bit between Twitch and X, and they're kind of spread out a little bit.
I think we would call Twitch home base. It should be. I think we want Twitch to be home base. So wherever you're watching, appreciate you watching, whatever. Stick to your spot if you like it, but Twitch is, I think, where we'll start funneling people, whatever. We'll just do it organically how it goes. While you're doing that, Henry, we'll just kick it off with what I think is our, big news of the day. What we were really waiting for was the Supreme Court ruling on tariffs, which, by the way, we were supposed to get a ruling on it on Friday. So, I'm on the edge of my seat waiting for the ruling. This is end of day Friday. And it didn't come. We got word that the Supreme Court was going to postpone it, delay it, whatever, and got word that it was going to come Wednesday. And so leading up to today, we're like, okay, this is it. Probably not going to delay it twice. You called it they would. You thought they were going to delay it. They delayed it. No ruling.
I called that shit, bro. I called that shit. Maybe I didn't call it. I said they could. I think I was kind of asking, could they? And we weren't thinking they would, but they did. And here we are.
I'm not going to lie. I'm not a Supreme Court ruling expert. But I was pretending I was, like we do, like we do in this space. I'm like, dude, they can't do it twice. It's just not how it works. Well, I actually don't know how much of this works. I'm going to be honest, but I didn't think they were going to delay it. And so, I only realized when I was doing my morning stream that the ruling was coming early, 10 a.m. Eastern time. So I'm like, dude, we're going to be live on my morning one when that ruling comes down. It's exciting. It was I felt like the energy of you're waiting on an NFT mint or something like that. It just had that electric vibe. And while we're waiting for it, the market's kind of heating up. We're pushing towards, I think we touched 97K Bitcoin. We'll look at the market here in a moment, but market's looking hot. Everybody's anxious because it's look, whatever way they rule, how does the market react to that? And I don't think any of us really know. We have hopes about, what way the market goes, but none of us really know. And, man, again, we just didn't get it. It was fun to keep up with Polymarket and see what way people were leaning. And actually, I haven't looked at it in the past, let's say 60 to 90 minutes here, and I'm looking now. The odds that it's ruled illegal are falling. So it's now down to a 67, hang on, 70, 60, 67, a 67% chance that the Supreme Court rules that they're illegal, which I kind of think might make sense, dude. If, look, if they're cut and dry illegal, you would have thought they would have had that ruling already. I wonder if the delay means it's more likely that they're going to side with Trump and say he does have the authority to, issue and I don't know, enforce these tariffs. I don't know, but the odds have certainly changed. And what I've been doing is going to activity and sorting by big bets because I'm kind of watching for insider leaks, right? I would imagine if I see I don't know, a $10,000 bet on one side or the other, that might be somebody who knows a little something. So little alpha for you guys, it maybe is might want to watch that. Almost a $5,000 bet on no, and no would be, well, they sold their no shares, actually. I don't know. It's worth watching. It's worth keeping up on this. And I go for my breaking news. I get it from Polymarket now, really. So it's pretty interesting. And Henry, dude, there's a whole second side to it too, which is if they're ruled illegal, do we have to repay them? So that's a whole separate thing. They could be ruled illegal, but we don't have to repay, which to me, that's the best case scenario, I think. But only a 25% chance that we would have to refund those tariffs according to Polymarket. So we'll see. How are you leaning on this?
I literally have no idea. Yeah, I have no idea what way they would go.
Yeah.
Zero. Part of me doesn't care. I think I'm supposed to care, but I'm like, it's so complicated. I don't know how to care.
Well, what do you think the market wants to see?
Ooh, I think the market would like to see them ruled illegal. I think businesses want to see them ruled illegal. I don't know what traders want to see. I mean,
Right.
Bitcoin's over 97K right now. I, dude, I have no idea.
Wow, dude, 97.5. Holy
Back,
cow.
bro.
Oh,
Back.
dude, it like feeling kind of awesome. No, but you're right though. Like, man, I almost feel like the market's kind of excited right now because no volatility. We're not getting the volatility from the ruling. So maybe people excited about that. I don't know. But to your point about, what would businesses want? Well, PPI, we got numbers from November, right? We had the government shutdown, so we did not get those numbers before. We got November numbers. PPI way above expectations, came in at 3%. Expectations were 2.7. That I think is like very closely related to tariffs. Like, production costs are more expensive, and I think that's a tariff thing. So you would imagine that probably comes down over time if those tariffs are ruled illegal. Somebody in my chat earlier made a good point about what Trump's plan B would be, right? Because he said if they're ruled illegal, he's got a backup plan, which might be like requiring licenses, like require like import licenses or export licenses or whatever, which might make sense. Again, I'm not an expert on this stuff, but he said it. I'm like, well, it's kind of like what China did with silver, right? So that could be it. That could be it. I don't know. Sitting, waiting, watching, and all these things that people much smarter than me can, share their thoughts on. And I'll buy it all. I'll buy it all. Dude,
Okay.
silver.
I'm back, bro.
Did you do it? Did you lock it in?
Locked in, dude.
Oh, dude.
Let's go.
There you go. Silver, dude. Silver ripping. Everything's all-time highs except for our sweet cryptos. But Monero's all-time high. We'll talk that too. But silver's over $105 an ounce now. Crazy. I don't know what.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I don't know what gold is at. I have some silver that I bought during COVID, by the way. So
it was 4,600 yesterday. Yeah, gold's still 4,600. Do you remember back in 2007 or 2008 when Live.com, which eventually became Bing, Microsoft's, and I don't know if Bing became something else. They were running a promotion where they had a partnership with eBay. Long story short, if you did a buy it now auction, you got 50% off the buy it now auction. At the time, gold was about $900 an ounce. You could buy it for $450 an ounce. And I got like our brother, I don't remember if you were doing it too, but I know him and I were. I think I got 6 bars then.
Damn.
At half the cost they've 10x'd.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, I gotta like
never selling.
Yeah, why would you? I heard a great take from, I think it was Farouk or somebody on FOMO Hour saying like, like stable coins. I think it was that show, but he was like, stable coins are still, it's $1 and they're losing value. He's like, gold is like the real stable coin, and I thought that was like an interesting take. It's the thing that doesn't, it doesn't really lose its value at this point. Like really things are so different that it feels like it's not. And then when does Bitcoin become that? I might say like, I think Bitcoin kind of is that, and it's just not living up to our ridiculous expectations right now.
Keep in mind too, like precious metals, these are not some new financial instrument that started 12, 13 years ago, right? This is as old as time. Yeah. Our money was tied to it for a while. So there's people that have waited a long ass time. It's funny because you look at the chart and you think you missed out, when in reality, we all had our entire lifetime to get in on it. Yeah. And I still think they go higher. I think there will be a pullback at some point, but I think this is where everybody ran to when there was market uncertainty. And it's wild. I mean, I have silver that I bought at $8 an ounce.
I don't know if you saw this. The U.S. Mint suspended sales of silver.
Okay.
Real supply crunch now, maybe.
It's
crazy.
Yeah. It's cool. I like it. It's doesn't mean much. To me, precious metals are a little bit like Bitcoin, where like it's great to see, but also not selling.
Right.
Like I'm round tripping that shit.
Fucking wild days, though, dude. Wild days. Let's look more at the market too. I'm kind of curious where the rest of our crypto bags are at, but I will say one of the things we're looking forward to this year, it's some stability with the tariffs. It's getting some, it's understanding where we're going with interest rates too, right? Rate cuts are we getting? We're not going to get them this month after some of the data that came out this week. We got CPI and PPI. We're not getting rate cuts this month. It's what's going on with Jerome Powell, which is he's under criminal investigation, which is crazy, unrelated to interest rates, but completely related to that. It's crazy stuff. But okay, all that happening. And one of the things we were starting to count on this year was stimmies, $2,000 stimmies, thanks to the tariffs. That's one of the, maybe bright sides or good things about it. I don't think we're getting them, dude. This is something that kind of dropped yesterday afternoon, evening. A reporter said, hey, Mr. Trump, you promised $2,000 checks to Americans using that tariff revenue. And he said, I did? Me? Dude, I said that. When the fuck did I do that? He didn't remember. I don't think this is a plan at all. I don't think we're getting stimmies, or because it was brought up and, he can see his post. He can see his post now. Like maybe he does it just because he has to save face. But I would not count on stimmies, boys.
He's just that kind of guy who can say whatever he wants, retract it, not even retract it, pretend like it didn't happen, and then move on as if like it doesn't matter. Like it's fine if he is a liar. He doesn't care.
He can spin it. He'd be like, that's not how I was saying it. I was saying that that's what we could do if tariffs were not ruled illegal.
Yeah. Well, if they're ruled illegal, we're kind of fucked anyway, right? So that's his out. He's probably hoping for that.
Yep. Man. It's just a wild thing. Looking briefly at the rest of the market here. Let me zoom in a tiny, tiny bit. But again, spicy. Bitcoin 97.7, ETH almost at 3,400. I love that. I love that, man. BB 945, Solana 147. Just all in all, looking pretty damn good here. And now I check Monero every day. I haven't checked Monero in years. This is one of the things, if you've been in crypto for a long time, you held Monero at some point. You know what I mean? Like if you've been in crypto, if this is like your second or third cycle, you've held Monero.
Never.
Get the fuck out. Really?
I mean, if you think that I am dangerous enough and edgy enough to hold a privacy token, you are out of your mind. Wow. That is just asking for the feds to come knocking on your door. I've just never owned it. I've never owned it. I'm a loser. It's not that. It's just, it's one of those things. Okay. So like going back to 2017, 18, 19, like 3 cycles ago, I guess, basically, there weren't a lot of cryptos to pick from. We're talking about hundreds. We're not talking about, we had a report come out, saying that there's, I don't remember how 10 billion failed tokens. It's a different time. There were a few hundred coins back then. And Monero was one of the few you'd buy, right? You're like, okay, let me get a little Bitcoin, a little ETH, we didn't have Solana back then. Get a little Monero in there, I'm trying to think of some of the other tokens back then. But anyway, it was one of the few that most people held. You can't buy it on exchanges anymore. You can't. You got to find special platforms and wallets and swaps to get it. It's wild to see it running like it is. All-time high, multiple all-time highs this week, up 67% in the past week. I think it's an unstoppable train at this point. I think that privacy meta is only going to grow. And I like what Mert said earlier this week, where he said, privacy is, I don't remember if he said like the final, but he said it's the biggest PvE thing out there right now, where everybody can get in and you're all going to win together because everybody is probably coming into privacy coins. Because I think privacy is just, we're losing it. We're losing it. And one of the few places you can maybe retain it is in those privacy coins. So Zcash and Monero and Dash is catching a major bid. And there's all these beta plays that I'm looking at too. I think and people who watch, like I'm into this token called Mute. There's privacy stuff out there. I think it's the best time to be getting some positions in privacy coins. I was having a conversation the other day in Kongs with somebody who was talking about, I think it's in Europe that they're having, is it the Davos meeting? And that maybe that was more European than like the UK. But that, they're really wanting to bring, I'm going to terribly explain this. It's like, the blockchain is a public ledger. It doesn't make anything anonymous, right? We all know that.
We didn't at first. When I first got into crypto, I thought it was very like secret. People don't know.
Well, it kind of is up until the point that you want to off ramp any of it, right? But it is even hard to on ramp any of it because, how are you funding with fiat to get into crypto without, doxing yourself at some point in the process? And if you're using mixers or things like Tornado Cash, like that shit, we've seen what happens with some of that. So the privacy coin meta, I'm interested in it. I don't know enough about it to like have like an amazing take on it. Other than like, I remember when Binance was saying like they would not accept, was it Monero or maybe it was Zcash, any that had not been KYC'd. They wouldn't accept any of those tokens. So it's like, I could see in the future this being something substantial for people engaging in crypto who don't want to have any database of their wallets connected. What he was talking about was this whole system, this whole database on chain of like everything about you, whether it's your mortgage, your rent, your insurance, your taxes, your crypto, everything. One database, one centralized kind of thing for the government to be able to keep their eye on you. And when I hear that, I'm like, that's scary. He was tying it to social scores and basically said they've been doing this in China already for, a decade. And I was like, okay, well, that doesn't sound great. I don't love the sounds of that.
I don't like it. I don't like it. Hey, Verizon bros out there, quick question. This is pretty off topic. Anybody like, we got cell phone outages here today, maybe this morning, maybe around nowish. Anybody?
I have Verizon. Mine's fine.
You're all good? All right. It was weird. I got a text from my daughter. She's like, hey, what's up with, I'm like on SOS or whatever it is. And I'm like, let me peek. Let me just peek. And yeah, it looks like an outage. I didn't know if it's just Verizon or all phone, networks or I don't know. But I don't know. Just things are so weird out there. I go right in conspiracy theory mode, right, dude? Like there's so much shit going on. I don't know. Yeah, Rumble outage, X outage.
Okay. Do we have another Cloudflare thing happening? Is it AWS? Dude, there is so much going on right now. Like it's awesome when crypto's pumping, right? It's awesome when crypto's pumping. It's even awesomer when NFTs are pumping. And when you get all of that, and in conjunction, you're going after Venezuela, you're maybe taking Greenland, maybe we're going to strike Iran. Who knows? It's absolute craziness out there. Trump is unhinged. It just feels like, I don't know. To me, it feels like getting into a jacuzzi, but I know that that's a little bit, sadistic of me to say that. It's just like, there's a little bit of me that like loves the chaos.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, it looks like there's a Verizon outage. Probably nothing burger, but again, like there's just a lot going on. And I just look, the Venezuela shit, all of it, it just feels like there's more behind the scenes happening than just these like isolated things. And I'll say this. I think those are some of the best times to be in markets. That volatility. Hang on. I know this is not super easy to see. Let's go. Boom. Are you trading? Are you doing anything? OSF says he's, risk on, and he thinks that very quickly this market can move, and we're seeing it, even today with Bitcoin. Maybe we touch 100, right? Is this that environment where you're playing, where like you think it's like Min Dynasty says he plays when it's easy mode? That's what I say all the time. I don't usually trade, but when it's easy mode, I'm waiting for that. Are we there right now?
It feels like we're there right now. It feels like anybody who was scooping shit up 3 weeks ago and had conviction in things, like you're probably doing pretty good. Now I'm sidelined, dude. That drain that I had in August, like it sidelined me. Like I'm not just not really liquid.
I'm about to do a GoFundMe for you.
Dude, it sucks, right? I usually have like something to play. I got like, what did I say yesterday? I found like 0.3 ETH that I've got to play with, but I don't really feel like there's like big plays that I can play with.
Right.
I thought about buying some Vibester this morning. Like it dipped a lot from last night, and I kind of thought like, okay, I could play around with that and maybe make a couple $100 doing that. But I'm hoping that we, like, if this can sustain for like a little bit, I'm making this up, but I feel like if we get a couple weeks of like what's been happening since the beginning of the year, I don't feel like we're too far off from mints coming back. Right now, we're kind of seeing it in collections, right? Legacy collections, people who've been around for a bit. And I feel like at some point, most people, by the way, are sidelined for that shit, right? Because the things that are moving, even GVC, which has done an amazing job lately, 0.880, 0.85. Like, there's a lot of people who are like, I'm not fucking around with, $2,500. We need, us poors need, we need some cheap stuff to get in on, some cheap mints, some free mints. I feel like that's sort of a thing that I'll be interested to see if we get some of that happening in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Dude, some momentum would be awesome. Look, I was gonna go Clarity Act right now, but NFTs are feeling kind of fun. Maybe we hop to NFTs and then come back to Clarity Act. Because, like, look, I got some feels. I'm feeling a kind of way about NFTs, and we can thank.
Let's do it.
I mean, like, dude, we can thank Good Vibes for that quite a bit. But like, they're not alone. The art stuff's looking really great. Wrecked Guys or Wrecked Brands is doing some phenomenal freaking things out there. And so, like, look, I'll actually swing back to Token Works, but here's the thing. I've been preaching this for a minute, right? I'm always bullish on NFTs. I hope I'm realistic about it too, right? I tell people I don't think we're going to have a monster kind of NFT season at all. I don't think that, but I do believe we're going to hit a day here in the next few years where we do get a monster season, and I think we'll get NFTs looking very much like 21, 22. In fact, I think it'll be so big it maybe blows that away. And that was a crazy time. But something weird's going on, right? Most of my friends, even my friends who are here plugged into crypto, like on top of shit, are not trading NFTs, are not buying, they're not collecting. They're even more extreme. They're like turned off by NFTs and have no desire to touch them, right? So I got friends like that. I have some friends I've talked to recently who are completely out of crypto. They're not even paying attention to crypto or anything. They're gone. All the while, dude, I've been kind of, trading here and there or collecting here and there. Dude, I'm making money in NFTs. I am. I'm making money in it. And the few people I know who are doing NFTs still, same thing. They're making money in NFTs. Okay. So pair that with the fact that, dude, okay, our timeline's got big sales on it. And again, that is mostly GVC, but the market's not there. In specific small collections, it is, but broad market, dude, nothing. Like NFT collections still basically at their multi-year like lows. Volume is we're at a 5-year low for weekly NFT volume. We just had our worst week of sales since February 2021. 53, 54 million sales is nothing. I looked at buyers, sellers today, right? We are lower than the 2023 bear market lows for the NFT market. Fewer buyers and sellers, fewer people participating. I'm like, dude, we're setting ourselves up to repeat summer 2021. We're setting ourselves up for that, a time where there weren't a ton of NFT collections, but you had a rush of big flood of people coming in and buying up, the stuff that they thought, had upside. I think we're going to do exactly that again. And by the way, again, I don't think it's this year. It could happen, but I know that moment's coming because, look, my friends who have left entirely and aren't paying attention, they know where to get news from. They know where to watch. They're going to see the market if and when it picks up, right? My friends who are here watching but aren't trading yet, same thing. They're going to see it when it happens, and they will come back in. They will. They're going to chase that. That's human nature. When it picks up, they're coming in. I feel like we're setting up for I don't know, dude, a monster NFT season. Again, this year, doubt it. Highly doubt it. But within the next 5-ish years, I would bet everything on it. Everything, dude. I'd love to know where your head's at with NFTs.
No, I agree with a lot of what you're saying. I think we talked about this a little yesterday, I think, where like GVC, right, leading the way a bit, and like, people like Gary V have come out, right? Gary V and Adam Weinstein, and is it Weinstein or Weinstein?
Don't know.
Okay, Adam. We'll just call him Adam.
Rich guy.
They've come out. Rich guys. Rich guys have come out and supported projects in the green. It's great, right? It's great. There's something a little bit, it's not disingenuous to me, but like there's a part of me that's like, cool, dude, you've been sidelined here talking about how supportive you are of shit. Weitzman. Thank you, Sven. The legend.
Good old Sven.
Yeah, Weitzman. Okay, Adam. Like they come out and we're supportive of people building and blah, blah, like whatever, dude. Where the fuck were you guys 6 months ago? Where the fuck were you guys 9 months ago? I'm not shitting on you for going out and spending your money on whatever you want. And I think it's great. Like, I'm actually happy. And I said this in Spaces yesterday and the day before, like, I'm happy to see some new blood coming in and kind of like starting to kind of take over GVC, Quirkies, Chimpers. I like those guys.
Yeah. I like the new class. It's
I like the new
feels
class.
genuine.
Yeah, I like it. And one of the things that I like about it is like there's no promises of anything. It's really what is at the core of a lot of this. There's no promises. It's just like, cool, we like it. There's FOMO happening. The nerds drank the Kool-Aid. They're in it. And then the whales come in and they're like, oh, we respect this and we love this. And I'm just like, cool, dude, you chased a green chart. Like, amazing. Great for those projects. But then everybody stands up and they fucking, standing applause for these people. Like, way to go. You came in, you recognized real. And I'm like, well, honestly, there's a part of me, chip on my shoulder, where I'm like, cool, bro. Hey, do you know who you could have supported? Maybe somebody who fought against the fucking SEC. Maybe somebody that was targeted by the SEC and has been building for literally in March 5 years. Not whining. Like, it sounds like I'm whining, but it's what makes me think it's just all fluff and disingenuous bullshit. Because in the end, I'm like, well, you're just supporting projects that are in the green, and it gets you on the timeline, and you must love it when everybody jerks you off on the timeline because you went in and you bought a project. Again, I like GVC. I like Quirkies. I like Chimpers, and I think I'm happy for them. I own none of that, but I'm just like, and I'm happy that they're, ascending. But there's just something about these people who come in, and it's like they love the feeling of everybody just stroking their ego. And it's a bit gross to me. It shows like kind of how shallow the space is, how the words are a bit meaningless. That being said, if we were going to have an NFT pump happening at the beginning of January, which I'm happy to see, I'm happy that it is not just like the Pudgies and the Yuga Labs and the Azukis of this world. I'm happy to see that it's some other people. And I'm even happier to see like it's not based on what's coming in the future. It's just based on like the joy of being in an NFT community.
Yeah. There's a beautiful thing happening. And by the way, great take all around on like people coming in and spending that kind of money. And it is very much an ego thing, but the best part of that is we know that's how it works. We understand this so well at this point because we've all been doing this game for so long that's why you can bet on human nature. You know that's going to happen. You know what that does to people. Man, that just makes it easy for anybody. Like, you could see this coming a million miles away with GVC because they had guys like this that were in quietly. You knew this was happening. And again, human nature, what people do when it gets more vocal and when they have a little more money, right? When the market's going to, allow this kind of thing to happen. So it's still great to see. But yes, I would love to see those guys, all of them, supporting when supporting isn't as cool and it's not as easy. Because right now it's all those things. It's cool and it's easy and you get all kinds of engagement from it and you just feel like the fucking man for it. And by the way, you deserve to if you're flexing a 50 ETH vibe foot and all that. Again, all these things are true at the same time, but would love to see more support vocally and like financially in the harder times. That said, Adam, this is kind of hitting me right now. I think Adam is exempt from that because isn't Adam the guy who has been supporting even like Yuga Labs, any market conditions, just sweeping up tons of other deeds and all these things when they're at their lows?
Wasn't he part of Yuga?
I think he was.
Yeah. I don't really count whatever he's done for Yuga. Like, I don't really necessarily count that because I thought he was like closely affiliated with Yuga Labs.
At least the biggest holder of like, I think multiple of their collections at the very least. I don't remember if he was team or not, but like, why am I not following him, man? Fixed. But but it just hit me again. He did support in a really shitty market and in the hardest times. If only for Yuga Labs, then so be it, right? But he did actually do that, so I got to give him some flowers for that.
Yeah, flowers. We'll chum the waters for him.
We'll chum the waters. There we go. But I mean, crazy stuff. A 50 ETH vibe foot sale. None of this is shocking. We can go back, dude. I can find my tweets from months ago saying the 1-1s will go for like 40 to 60 ETH. I called that, dude. I called that like Cosmics would end up going for like the rares, the good rare ones, not the 1-1s, but the next tier down. I think I said for like 15, 20 ETH or something. Like all this is going to play out exactly like that. Like
you've been calling this since this May, maybe.
Since they minted.
You said they, when the market comes back, these will at least be an ETH, if not multi-ETH. And you're right. And, I think it was Warner from GVC that in Spaces the other day, he said something that it kind of hit me. He's like, putting 20 or 50 ETH into an NFT right now feels different than it would have in 21. We saw that stuff all the time back then. And that was kind of like, I don't want to say spray and pray. Money was flush. People were just chasing rares. Right now, if you're spending that, it's like there's real intent behind it. So I think it's yeah, again, dude, I think it's great. I think it's great to see. Like, I would much rather, and I'm happy. Like, it's funny in the spaces we had the other day with a lot of GVCers. It's funny. We were just kind of talking like there's this human nature of jealousy that like I thought I was maybe just like one of the few people as a grown up that struggles with that. Like you're just jealous of seeing something else, somebody else do something that you wanted to do. And it was just funny. We were all kind of talking about that. And normally I would find myself in something like this, just being nothing more than jealous, when in reality, my point was that like, I used to hate when I would see all the top projects just doing so great. Right. But when I see these projects doing well, it doesn't hurt me the same. I'm happy for them. And I think what it meant was maybe there was an actual reason I hated these other projects. Like the ones that I didn't like to see doing well, maybe there was an actual reason I didn't, because when I see the Chimpers or the Quirkies or the GVC guys doing well, I'm not like, oh, I fucking hate their guts. I don't feel that at all. I'm like, oh, I don't own any, but I'm happy for those guys. Happy for that community who's been kind of sticking around and for the people who've been trying to build. Man,
I dig it. I'm so trying to find that. I'm trying to find that that post. I want to find it because I mean it's whatever. I think the real reason is because I think they have a lot higher to go. And so I was like trying to think of those levels where I think they're going. But the point is I think much higher. I think these are going to be at this year 2 to 3 ETH floor. I think they got a ton of upside on them. And no matter what, they're the collection that'll become like, they'll represent this, this cycle of NFTs. It's clearly GVC. You'll remember them from 25 and, the next era of NFT. And
will we, not shit talking them, being realistic, in the end, where do you see these things playing out in the future? I've seen a lot of talk about like they're the NFT of 25 and like, give them their chum the waters for them. Like it's great. But in the end, like they're going the route of the IP play. We've seen that play out with Doodles. We've seen Pudgies trying to do it. And I'm just like, does that part matter? Or is it just like, no, they can sustain doing well because they just have a great collector base at their core?
Yeah, I don't even know if they're doing the IP play, right? Because you don't get any rights. You don't have any, rights to your, image, whatever, like none of that. I think they are doing, and I think it's actually super cool. Vibes. They're literally just like the play is vibes, which is so cool, and it sounds silly too, but it's just man, it's just that. I think they're going to play out very well. I think they'll be one of they already are elite NFTs. I think they'll be talked about with Bored Apes, Pudgies, whatever. Again, they already are, but I think they're going to cement that. And in a bear market, because we'll get a bear market again, I think they'll hold up pretty damn well. The biggest thing against them is their what is it, like that holder owner ratio, it's pretty low. It's only like 25% unique owners, because you got like guys who have really collected. People love collecting this collection. They do. So
yeah, 1,636 owners on basically like a 7K supply. Yeah, not great distribution. You're right, but that's okay if you've got diamond hands holding. And I think that community's done a pretty good job of like onboarding people. I got to grab this real quick because my kid's calling me.
Yep. While we're waiting, and I'll just say this: I'm out of GVC. I'm like a little bummed by it. I have no more Vibies. I'm happy with how I played it, but I don't hold any. However, FOMO gets me too, dudes. Like it really does. So this week, seeing them pump, and I just sold last week, and I'm like, I missed like the super exciting time. By the way, they've been higher. They've crossed 1 ETH before, right? Or touched an ETH. But almost FOMO'd back into one, and I wouldn't have regretted it if I did. But I was debating what's the better play right now. Is it getting a Vibey at 0.8? Or is it grabbing their token, their Vibester token that was sitting at that point like a 6 mil market cap? And I'm like, man, do I think these are going, the NFT is going to 2x? Do I see them at like 1.6? I do at some point. And, maybe it's not far off, but also it's like at some point. I sure as hell think that the token 2x's before the NFT does. And then I go further. I'm like, does the NFT 3x, 4x, 5x, whatever? I'm like, it might. And I think, like the 3x, like probably, but when? But the token, on the other hand, I'm like, do I think that 3 or 4 or 5x's? And I'm like, and could it even 10x? And to all of that, I'm like, yeah, I think it could, especially if this market gets hot. You know, we're used to seeing a project token, you know, live it, I don't know, 30 mil, 40, 50. They can get to 100. It's like, I know that was more a thing of the past, but if things can get silly again, we could have another project with $100 million token, 100 mil market cap, and that means there's still like a freaking 12x in this thing potentially. I don't know. I'm playing Vibester at this point. That's my play. I think that's where there's more upside in the short term, and the token's looking spicy, dude. Did you say you got Vibester too?
I was going to. I'm actually going to get some, but yeah, I think as their floor price has gone up, like it just makes sense that Vibester is going to keep. It dropped a bit last night. Some people sold off, but they've got a really committed community that genuinely likes to like sweep their floor and support the floor, whether it's on Vibester. I just got a little bit right now. I just got a little bit. I contributed to the next one.
I like it. And look, for me, ultimately, I because I love NFTs, I just fucking love them. I do want to get a GVC. I want to get a Vibey. I want the NFT. So my plan now is it's ride Vibester up, and I imagine I'll sell it, be able to buy a GVC like an NFT, and then have some ETH left over. That's the play. So we'll see how it plays out. I'm probably just like dead even at this point because there's a 10% tax when you trade this, guys. If you don't know, 10% tax when you buy, and a 10% tax when you sell, right? So keep that in mind if you're getting into this this token. But I want to be back in there. I like that they're, you know, similar to Kongs, where Kongs, you always say Kongs are for everybody. If you don't own an NFT or even Kong token, you're still a Kong. And they're like that too, right? Like their in Discord, their general chat is their chat. They don't have a like token gated chat. Everybody can be vibey with them, which I like. I like what these boys are doing. So
I just scooped a little Vibester.
There we go. I love it. I like Gary's take on NFTs. 26 is the year of the NFT collector. I like that take, dude. It kind of plays right into my thesis of, I think NFTs come, like I said, I think we're going to have an NFT season bigger than ever before, I believe, but I don't think it's now. But I think this is the year where you might be setting up those plays that play out in a few years. This is where you might get some incredible deals on things if you can hold, and if you have conviction. Think some things you could do right now this year are going to play out phenomenally in a few years. And just remember back to what you could have done with punks, you know, years before they exploded. I think right now is a really interesting time to be collecting and holding and just having fun. But the year of the collector, I think history will show he's right about this. 26, the year of the NFT collector, not market. So we'll see. Rec guys are doing some cool shit. Two things. First, they put out their World Star Hip Hop collab partnership. That went live Monday, 2 days ago. Took like what? Not even 24 hours to sell out. I think something like 100,000 cans. I bought one case, so it's something like 24 cans or something. So I bought. But then they announced today, and I think this is fucking crazy. You as a project founder, can't wait to get your take. Okay. They have their drinks in stores at Giant Eagles. It's a Midwest chain. I've never seen one, but must be like a little south of me. Oh, there they are. Ohio, Indiana, Maryland, Pennsylvania.
I was going to say, they got them in Pennsylvania, yeah. Dude,
this is wild. If you buy a 4-pack, you get to claim 50 million rec token. It's $7 for a 4-pack. 50 million rec token is worth $17. You're essentially being paid $10 to buy that, which then, if they can get that traction and get people coming in and buying and selling those things out, well, then they order more and you get bigger distribution, I imagine. And it feels like a hack or a gimmick, but I think it works. The idea to me makes sense. You're being paid to buy their product.
Yeah. It's a loss leader for them, right? They're putting their probably, you know, some of the token that they have for marketing, they're putting it into this and like getting. It's almost like they're washing their own product to a certain degree, right? Why not? I think it's a good idea.
Is this like the dream of Web3? We have a different way to grow a new brand. We have a different way to market things. We think we can make things viral in a different way. We think we can flip, like, you know, almost the entire process on its head by paying you to you know, kind of take part in it.
Yeah, I had this idea with crack pipes, actually. As wild as it sounds.
Wait.
Well, you know, a lot. You know the roses that they have. Do you know the roses that they sell at the gas stations that people use as crack pipes?
No.
Well, okay, next time, I know you don't ever leave your house, but if you do, they sell the I forgot what the name of it is, but it's a rose. It's a glass rose in a glass tube that they sell at gas stations for like $3-4. And the sole purpose of them is not to give to your girlfriend, it's to smoke crack out of. So when you go places, like when you go to cities, you'll find is it called like rose in a tube, or whatever it is. If you do like crack pipe roses.
Is that what I got on the screen here?
Yeah, right there, right there. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Little. So you take the rose out, and then you put I don't know if they put like steel wool in it, but they put something in, and then the tube itself is the crack pipe. So discard the rose, got the tube. Okay, it's just a legal way to sell paraphernalia.
Is that what they're really for?
Yeah.
Holy dude, I had no fucking idea.
Yeah. So the idea I had, and we talked about this in voice chat, I was like, okay, so like people just litter these crack pipes all over the street, right? What if you could incentivize? And I was like, oh, crypto is kind of like crackheads, really addicted to shit. What if you could incentivize people with Kong to like every time they turn in their crack pipe to the store, there's a QR code and they get a Kong allocation out of it. And it keeps them coming back, buying the Kong crack pipe. You get, maybe you get some virality out of it. And it's just a way to kind of get Kong out there, but also to sell your crack pipe product. Dude, I will send you. I'm going to find the mock-ups I did. I took this that far with like, I was doing mock-ups of them with, instead of a rose in it, it would be a little Kong inside of it.
A little banana.
And,
you can't do banana anymore.
No, it was a Kong wearing a shirt that I think had a banana on it. I'm going to find it.
Could you please do this still? Could you actually do it?
If Homeless is listening, I mean, there was a bunch of us that we were really like working through this for days. I mean, this wasn't just like a one conversation. I was mocking up crack pipes, and maybe there's some regulatory bullshit involved in it. But it was an idea. And my point is they've taken that type of idea and they've turned it into something a little more wholesome. And yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense, man. Like there's a giant eagle not crazy far from me in PA. And I think I'm going to drive down there and see if I could clear them out. And I'm going to look for the crack pipes and see if I can send them to you.
Dude, that's badass.
I love it.
I like that flywheel 2.0. Yeah, dude. Well, I love your idea. I hope you do that. Like dead serious. I think you should do that.
We were talking about trying to get him into bodegas. And again, like the idea wasn't like throw your crack pipe on the street. The idea was turn it back into your bodega or into your store. You scan a QR code, you get a Kong allocation. You're cleaning up the streets. You're doing some good with it where you're not just littering, and you're giving crackheads crypto, and crypto and crackheads go together. I think.
Fucking incredible.
Yeah.
No, I think so. I do think so. Well, GG's to those guys, like to the rec guys, community and all that. Brilliant. I want to see more of this, and I imagine we will. And let's see if it works, right?
Okay,
let's see if it works.
I'm going to send you oh my gosh, these are hilarious.
Can't wait to see this, dude. I can't wait to see. By the way, shout out to John B.
John B.
Yeah.
Met him through Spaces the other day, Marine Corps veteran. And, I'm always about, I sent you the crack pipes in Discord, there we go.
Shit.
Yeah. Little CyberCon crack pipes. This is how we edge our way back, my friends. This is how we do it. There's the QR code. It's not perfected yet, but,
dude, I wish you would do it. I just do. Especially, I wish you would do it.
Could be something there. There could be something there, but the cool thing is anybody, I guess, could do it. And it was one of those ideas that made a lot of sense, but maybe doesn't make a lot of sense in some ways. The way Wrecked Guys is doing it makes more sense.
Yeah. But
shout out to John B. I onboarded him with a baby and always happy to have a vet, in the mix. Another one. We got quite a few. But it made me think, because I know Ronnie has been like really doing this with GVC, really onboarding. And I thought, I was like, dude, my onboarding attempts during the summer, when I was onboarding guys into Kongs with Gen Kongs, all, the names that we know, Jack Butcher and X Copy and Farouk. And again, nothing in return. So I can't fault these people. I just looked back at it and I was like, I don't think I did a great job at it because we didn't really see effects from it. You know what I mean? Like you bring people in, but like if it's not impactful, there's always room for improvement. So John is my room for improvement.
Yeah, I like
John.
that.
Yeah, fire ass baby too, right?
Big time. Yeah, I fucking love it. Not evolved, right?
That's the OG baby. This one is evolved, but he's displaying the OG.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, badass, dude. I love it. Quick one last thing about Rec Drinks, Rec Guy, whatever. They're kind of like Yuga Labs did recently. They announced that OpenSea's now their official marketplace. Doesn't mean you can't trade them elsewhere, right? More of a like marketing.
Rect announced it. Got it.
Yeah. Sorry. So yeah, they're the official marketplace for Rec Guy, Rec Drinks, everything Rect. OpenSea's their partner. Okay. So that's nice.
Yeah,
nice.
I you know what? It's a brand that I can find no shit talking in.
You know what I mean? It's hard, isn't it? Wrecked, yeah.
I can't shit on them. Like I've not tried their drink. I don't know if it's good, but like I out of the things that I've seen in products, like I've ragged on Pudgy Penguins for, little fluffy toys out there, right? This is something where I'm like, yeah, this is like this is more in the wheelhouse for Web3 participants. So I like it. I like OSF. I'm rooting for them.
Freaking dig it. Okay, you know what's crazy? To take this down another path. So there was another topic I thought we'd spend a good amount of time on. And it's just, I think the fact that we haven't, and that it's already fallen off, like, it's not a main story already. I think it just speaks to how this space has grown. And what I'm talking about is Eric Adams, former mayor of New York City, launching a meme coin this week. You would think that would be a big deal, big story, whatever, especially because how it played out. But here we are a couple days later. I'm like, if we didn't talk about it, nobody would miss the story. You know what I mean? It's like a nothing burger already. But that said, it did happen. We got to mention it. Eric Adams launched a token called the NYC token.
Did it run to 600 mil?
Yes.
That is wild. Yeah. But like what's really fucked up about it is it was intended to be a rug pull from the beginning. Like this guy's talking about fighting anti-Semitism and whatever the fuck else he was talking about, and literally pulls liquidity quickly, like pretty quickly,
real quickly, maybe within the first hour. Well, it looks like that probably would have happened here. So first or second hour, pulled I think like a mil out of the LP. Made I think I saw reports that he made like 3.5 mil between fees and money pulled from the LP, which is crazy.
That is crazy.
But yeah, this thing out of the gates, this looks like crime, but shot up to 600 mil. It's at 38 mil right now. 38.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're good. You're good.
I didn't mean to do. I was trying to show off some Kong wins.
Do it.
I know we're okay. I got to queue these up, but let's get into monkey business, right? My bad. I totally fucked that up, dude.
Dude, you're good.
Yeah, monkey business, dude. This is just the point in the show where we show some of the wins happening in Kongs. Melkor's been on this list for, I feel like, most weeks. Yeah. He's been killing it in the trenches. Honestly, he's deep in the trenches. So he on that PsyOp anime up $5,500. GG's Melkor. I got pretty sure a few of them from him, but before him, we're going to Further. Further has been really playing the prediction market side of things, doing a lot of sports betting on there. I've seen Further posting his wins in there, so playing a little soccer, I'm pretty sure, or football as some people may refer to it. Here is another win of Melkor's, 93% up, longing pump on Hyperliquid. And there was another guy that I had one for. Let me just find it. Oh, Henry, why? Well,
Big win.
no, I think you know what? Let me just see if I can find it in Discord here real quick.
There you go.
Won't spend too much time on it, but it was I don't know if it was silver maybe that this other guy was playing on Hyperliquid. No,
I
it
love
was
that you can do that, by the way. If anybody doesn't know, you can trade gold, silver, and some tokenized stocks on Hyperliquid, on Lighter, stuff like that. So just a heads up.
Okay, let me give this last one here. Just give a second. I'm not nearly as fast as you. Boom, boom, boom. And oh, this is so sad, guys. I'm sorry.
By the way, we have some great bullish bearish today. You found some good ones.
Yeah, up 513% on fish. So that was Forever Kongs. Honestly, you know, there were some weeks where things were kind of like cooled down a little bit. It was harder to find wins, even though we did. But when the market's cooking, man, people are winning in Kongs. So all you need to get into Wall Street Kongs is a baby evolution, or an evolution as we call it. And like the chat's always running, dude. Alpha's always being passed. It's a great place to vibe. So come check it out. But yeah, you want to go to bullish bearish?
I do. Okay, hang on. We're gonna also. I'll just throw this up real quick. Boom. Boom. Okay, real quick, I just want to say, you know, all eyes are on tomorrow, especially the Clarity Act. Clarity Act markup is tomorrow. There's also the Senate Agriculture Committee that has a markup that's coming the last week of January. So there's two sides to this before this is actually voted on. But I don't think it's going to pass, but it might pass. It might pass. And there's some implications here with like stablecoin yield, but also like KYC and just kind of government surveillance. It's like it ain't great. So we'll probably dive into it more next week, but
Okay.
just be aware. Be aware. All right, let's do some bullish bearish. Where's the thing? Where's my bullish?
Here we go. I got it. I got it.
Bullish bearish, bullish bearish, bullish bearish, bullish bearish, bullish bearish, bullish bearish, bullish bearish.
Dama, no. All right, what are we looking at here? $85 silver. This was a couple days ago. What does this say? You are starting over at 144,000. Exactly 1 year ago, this was 47.6. What is that?
Well, I don't know if that's the total of the ounces there. That 1 year ago, what is that? 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. The number still seems a little bit off. Yeah, you know
what that's worth, how much that's worth.
Yeah. I wonder if those are like kilos instead of ounces. But this was when silver was $85 and we blown past that. So it's really, are you bullish on, are those
10 ounces?
10 ounces. Okay, then that would make sense. So all of that totaled up, I mean, essentially, 3.5x over the year, but even more now that we're over 100. So the question is bullish or bearish on silver?
Giga bullish, right?
Yes.
You there? Giga bullish. I love it. FFV. NFT is still the most human thing about crypto. Identity, culture, tribalism, fashion, music, games, art, real community, all in one sector of crypto. NFTs. You know my take. You know my take on this. Very bullish. There's nothing I love more in crypto than NFTs.
If you zoom in on there, I did see a little Kong in that back right corner of the screen there.
There he is.
There he is.
Who is that Sven's?
No, that's not Sven. I feel like that's Dipbeaks. I feel like that's a guy named Dipbeak, but I could be wrong.
I like it. I can't imagine anybody here would be bearish. Well, that said, and I have some friends who are very bearish on NFTs, like think they're never coming back. They're fucking coming back. As in that person's coming back and going to buy NFTs.
Okay.
Love it. Nikita Bier got shit from crypto Twitter. Everybody's telling him it's broken. I'm tired of seeing shit that I don't care about. All I see is politics. All I see is horrible stuff. And I never see crypto stuff. And it's the only thing I engage with. I think there was also stuff related to GM. Nikita Bier first pushed back, then had a tweet saying GM, it's fixed. I think he's talking about fix the GM, whatever, but whatever. Crypto Twitter feels better as of yesterday when this tweet came out. What do you think?
Well, I was bearish on the whole thing of just like controlling what is and what isn't shown in the algo. And that like he had referenced like people, crypto Twitter is committing suicide or whatever. I thought that whole thing was stupid, but I'm happy it's back. So bullish on that part, but maybe bearish on like the whole thing that went down.
I like the take.
There was a noticeable change, like back in October. Like there was maybe November. There was a noticeable change in the algorithm, and I want it fixed.
They flipped it to being powered by Grok, and that was the moment.
Okay.
But I will say, as of today, I noticed especially I'm seeing almost all crypto related stuff, crypto, NFT, whatever, all the stuff I like. So something also there changed. Good shit. A man in the Philippines. I saw this one. Seen at home checking his dentist licensure exam on his laptop. His father rooting him on, proud of him. Everybody hugging. Big, nice family moment, huh?
Yeah, I picture like what this guy's life is like in the Philippines, and probably how hard he had to work for that. And I'm like, come on, like that's just he fucking did it, bro. Like he did it.
Fucking did it.
I can only imagine how like amazing that felt for them. And like, yeah, I see that, and I'm like, dude, that's some human shit right there.
Bullish on humans.
Yeah. At least some of them.
Feels good. Bored Apes put out an animation, like a little trailer. I mean, I don't know, just again, telling people they got an IRL clubhouse coming to Miami. So not new news. I bet that came from their new animation studio though, which is pretty cool. But
okay, that would make sense.
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, you know what? When I saw like some of the things that they were gonna have there, like a billiards room, and like, I'm like, well, fuck, dude. If I was like into that kind of thing, and if I lived near there and I owned one of these, I would be I'd feel like a dude. If the Kongs had a clubhouse and it was near me in Buffalo and there was like private areas and billiards tables and a cigar lounge, I'm not going to lie. I'd feel like $1 million walking in there.
You'd like live there, wouldn't you? It would be fucking awesome.
I'd be like, dude, this is so cool. I get to chill with my boys. So I am bullish on that idea. I think it's cool.
Yeah. With you. That's their best move they've made, in a while. Adam Scott, bummer, passed away. The creator of Dilbert, Dilbert comic. Adam Scott Adams. Yeah. I said Adam Scott. That's amazing. Scott Adams. Gone. It's a sad thing. It happened kind of quick too at the end. Took a turn and then kind of gone. Were we bullish on? What are we bullish on?
Just Dilbert. Like, are we bullish on Dilbert?
I'm gonna tell you guys, I've never liked Dilbert. I don't find it funny or witty, and I know everybody I know loves it. I don't. Very bearish on Dilbert.
Yeah, I don't think Dilbert's amazing, but I think to have something that's just part of like, it's an icon, it's kind of highly recognizable by a huge part of the population. Kind of takes a lot of work to do that, a lot of grinding. So from that part, it's cool. I never found it to be like funny, but he did something, and I'm not bullish or bearish. I guess bearish for his family. Bearish for his family.
There you go. He became a Christian like in the last couple days too.
Oh, yeah, I did see that. He gave his life to Jesus. Yeah. Okay. Well, hey, his reasoning. What was his reasoning?
His reasoning was like, what's the
insurance?
Downside?
Yeah, insurance policy.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I don't know if that counts.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe maybe we'll find out somehow, some way. Bearish on Dilbert. Sagabond announcing that today, which is actually 2 days ago, is the 4-year anniversary of Azuki, and they're still building, they're still doing their thing. I don't know, man. I'll let you take this one.
If you could queue up, hit him up. Where he's like, fuck Biggie. I think I might lead with fuck Azuki. Yeah, no, I don't care. In fact, if I really think about what they've done with what they have and how they've done it, I kind of look at it and I'm like, gloves off, fine. One thing that kind of like, okay, you want to know what annoys me? I met Zagabond in Hong Kong. He was super nice to me. He was very nice to us. They invited us to their event. Like, if you ever need anything, let me know. I love the Kongs, blah, blah, blah. I've DM'd him multiple times, like, hey, congrats on this, congrats on that. Never responded. When I tried to get Kongs into like their anime stuff, never responded. So I'm just like, okay, your shit doesn't stink. You've reached the pinnacle of like where you don't have to talk to fucking low bobs like me anymore. And I think that part is lame. I think it's lame when you are a founder that is so out of touch with the rest of Web3 that you're just so busy and you can't give anybody, 8 seconds of your time to even reply back. So from that standpoint, and for minting elementals for what, 2 ETH a piece, I'm just like, nah. Like, congrats on making it, bro. It's kind of fucking easy when you raise 30 something million dollars off the backs of people by just doing some copy pasta art. So I'm not like, oh my God, they made it. Like, of course you made it. If you didn't make it, there'd be something fucking wrong with you. But like, yeah, keep going, boys. Keep pushing the space.
Henry, you sound bearish.
Bearish.
All right. Let's do these.
Vote.
It's
First
actually
off,
perfect.
fuck you, bitch.
Okay, we'll blitz through the rest because we got kind of a bunch. I added a few, so we'll just do them quick. Solo Bitcoin miner. We keep seeing this, by the way, but Mine to Block got the 3.16 BTC reward. It's a good chunk of change, dude. Bullish for solo miners, eh?
Yeah, I couldn't believe when I finally hit one. I was just like, wow. What? Yeah, super bullish, dude. That's fucking amazing.
Cool shit. Google Meet show how late people will be based on meeting history. Is that real?
I don't know, but I saw this and I'm like, I'm going with that it's real. And if it is real, I love that.
That's incredible. What would yours look like?
5 minutes early.
Dude, yes. Fuck yeah. Why are we like that?
I don't know.
Our parents didn't teach us, did she?
She was pretty early.
Okay.
Early is on time.
My wife and her side of the family late to everything.
Yeah.
And I'm the opposite. I'll leave 2 hours early to make sure I'm there in time. I'll plan for a car accident that I got to sit and wait for, like early to everything.
I'm not showing up to a scheduled meeting with partners or anything late. Not happening.
Bad fucking look. This one speaks to me, man. There's a couple VR stories here, but I love AR. I love VR. Apple has got a new patent that allows technology that eliminates the need for prescription lenses in upcoming AR, XR glasses. Yeah, long story short, dude, I love AR, VR. Can't really use most of it. I mean, well, you can, but dude, fitting your glasses inside of a headset's a pain in the ass. And then I want to go get Meta Ray-Ban AR glasses, right? But it's like, I mean, I guess those are glasses too, right? They're prescription lenses that but like it's a challenge if you wear glasses to use this shit. Anyway, they'll have like the screen itself like focused where it's your. I think that's fucking awesome. It'll adjust the picture based on your eyeballs.
I think that's awesome. Yeah, I think that's cool.
Now, like the flip side of that, do I have this queued up? I do. I don't know the story, how many people were laid off, but I guess it was a bloodbath today in the VR industry. Meta, especially, and maybe it's broader, but at Meta, like just tons of people laid off that worked in their gaming studios, and I don't know if anything hardware, but some gauntlet has fallen there. Bearish on VR in general, dude, which is a bummer, but
bearish.
I think we'll just skip the rest. Although this one is this one hits home. Sean Strickland says something clicks in your brain after 30, you're unable to enjoy video games. It's so true. I can sit and try a game and I'm bored within a minute. I don't have it in me to stick with games anymore. It's just a bummer. I'll buy a game and I'm like, dude, I'm going to get back into gaming. Can't do it.
That's a bummer. But like, I know that. Like, yeah, I know it. I'm not into gaming.
It's the realist. Bearish on being adult. Not really. It's pretty fucking awesome, but I don't know. We might have the MetaMask coming in February. I'm bullish on that.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed in how many points I have for how many swaps I've done, and I gotta just go in and see like if I did something wrong. But
isn't that unrelated, dude? I thought the points was for the Linea stuff, and then the mask thing's totally separate.
Okay, that would make me happy.
Yeah, I think that's the case, man. We'll see.
Okay,
tentatively bullish or bearish on Trump. Trump flipping off some like Ford employee who's giving him shit, who called him a pedophile protector, and Trump goes, fuck you, and he gives him the finger.
Yeah. I'm not bullish on everything Trump does by any means, but there's something about this that I am bullish on, and I don't know why. Like, I can't agree with everything he does, but I see this and I can't help but go like, that's kind of funny.
Yeah, what a weird thing, because you'll sound like an asshole if you like think this is funny or cool. Oh, yet I think it's funny and cool.
Yeah, it's just like what he did. Yeah, no, I know. You're not supposed to think it's funny and cool, but I just do.
Yeah. Somebody made a comment on a video of mine when I said that operation in Venezuela was badass. I'm like, I don't think it was badass. We did it, but the operation was badass. You got to be like careful with what you say, or maybe you don't have to, but it's weird times, you know?
Yeah,
So,
it is. It is.
weird times. Last story, and we kind of let off with this, so full circle here. But Denmark and Greenland officials arrived at the White House to meet with JD Vance and Marco Rubio. I think we're offering them like close to $1 trillion to have like. I don't think it's we own Greenland that it becomes a state, but I do think it's like big time access to their minerals and stuff. I think that's what it is. But I guess just like super surface level, are you bullish on us acquiring Greenland? Like how aggressive we're being?
Ooh. In some ways, no, and in some ways, yes. If I really understood it all better, I'd probably have a more informed opinion. I'm like, if nobody else can take it and exploit it, none of our adversaries, then I don't want it. If they actually could, then I do. Because if it's going to be us or them, I'd rather it be us. And of course, like the people in Greenland, I bet are pretty chill people, so I hate to disturb them too much. But yeah, that's my thoughts. Like, I don't think we should take it, but if somebody else is going to, then we should get there first.
So it's a super good point. Just like Venezuela, I'm like, it seems shitty, but I think there's a lot more going on that might be awful. And maybe it's like, maybe if we don't do it, it's like a really, really bad thing. So I think we're all making decisions or having these opinions, not knowing the whole story, which is just how it works, and it sucks. But it's a good take from you, dude. I dig it. By the way, great takes from this fucking guy. Most of you know him. I imagine all of you know him, but if you don't, you should definitely be following him. That is Henry the fucking Grape. Well, just Henry the Grape. And you should be following him on X. You should also be following the Cyberkongs on X as well. And you should get your ass in that Discord. Come try it out. You'll like it.
And follow you. Bring up yours. Huda Idiot.
Follow your boy here as well. Huda_idiot. Fun show. Lots going on. I can't, dude, every week is so different. It's always a different flavor. There's always different fucking drama going on. I hope to God my fucking lighting is not, I'm sorry, it's so stupid, but it bothers me. We'll be back next week. Same time, same place, different crazy ass stories, I imagine.
Your lighting was great, sir. You did a wonderful job as always.
You can see this. You can see this.
Yes.
I can't let it go.
Giving off a lot of heat out there.
That's what it is, dude. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. We'll see you back here next Wednesday. Goodbye. We'll see you. We love you. And goodbye.
Oh,
I'm wondering
bye. Bye. I was looking at our stream. I was going to try to end it on X, but it ended it early. I wondered why I didn't see it.
Weird.
Bye.
Bye.